Dear audience, dear learners, today we are going to talk about education. Why this topic? Because from my experience, I have come to know that whenever in class you ask students about education, they most of the time they fail to give a proper definition of education. Now, this is something that we have been learning, we have been getting from the very early part of our life, and we give a lot of time to this process of education. But if we don't know the basics, then we fail to get the proper results. So that's why I have chosen this topic, that we need to know what education is and then we need to move forward. So if we go to the dictionary meanings, if we go to the basic meanings of education, it is the process of giving or receiving systematic instruction, especially at schools or institutions. So the process of giving or receiving, giving on the part of teachers, receiving on the part of students or pupils. So it's a systematic process of instruction, and which is mostly done at schools or in institutions. And then you can also define it the way you like on the basis of experience that you have got during the process of learning or education. Now, another very important concept or idea about education is that a positive change in behavior. It is also called education. That this change in behavior is important and it has to be positive. If it fails to achieve this target, that is positive change in behavior, so it means you have not got the true sense or true meanings of education and it becomes a fruitless activity. Further, it should bring refinement in your character. Refinement. Plus, a person becomes cultured, becomes a useful member of society. So these are the important ingredients, these are the important you see outcomes of education. It brings refinement in your character. uh, you become more refined, cultured, useful members of the society. आपकी बातों से you don't hang certificates, your degrees in your neck, rather it is your behavior which tells that you are an educated person. So that's why it is the refinement that shows, it is your sense of culture, your usefulness for the society, that shows that you are an educated person. When you talk to someone, जैसे फराज साहब कहते हैं, सुना है बोले तो बातों से फूल झड़ते हैं. So people should come to you, they should interact with you. So that is what we mean by education. That positive change has to be there. Then we can also say that it's a journey from darkness towards light. So from darkness, in darkness things are hidden, they are not clear, and education brings light to your life. It brings light, means things become apparent, they dawn upon you, so you come to know the reality of things. There have been many mysteries in the world, so which were because of the darkness towards them, because of lack of knowledge, but it is education which has brought them to the light and people have come to know the reality about them. So it's a journey, and this journey is important. If it does not move from darkness towards light, so again the process fails. Then I like a beautiful definition of education given by a scholar, and it says education tells us how to be in love and what to be in love with. How and what, and especially the attitude of love. Love not in a very minor way, the very sense that we mostly take it, that it is interaction between two opposite sexes. No, it's a universal phenomena. It's a very huge phenomena. It should not be limited to certain attraction between sexes. So it is on the basis of love that this universe has been created by God. So love means intensity. to approach things with intensity, with keenness. So, education, it is through education we come to know that how we can be. The manner of doing love means doing intense involvement towards a thing, and what to be in what means what are the things that should be loved and what are the things which need to be discarded. So this is what comes to us through education. So it's very important to attain this thing, and for students especially, when it comes to students, I always tell them that they will get education in the proper way. Most of the time people say, our students say that, sir, things are not happening for us, why we are not able to do. So I tell them that when you are getting education, you need to bring attitude of love in it, intense involvement with your subjects. Once you have chosen a field, choice you have made of a field, so intensely get involved, and then things will start happening for you. And this is intense involvement. Intense involvement is what we call as, it will bring maturity in your approach. Maturity. And a writer says about maturity beautifully. He says that to be mature is to have that sense of seriousness. Sense of seriousness that a child has while playing. So, to be mature is to have that sense of seriousness that a child has while playing. So, this is called maturity. When you have chosen, made choice of a certain subject, so you should be involved in that subject or those subjects in such a way that you forget about everything else. Everything else pales into insignificance. You get keenly involved, and like a child is involved, and when he is playing, he or she is, they are totally oblivious of every other thing. They are forgetful. They are so much involved in their toys, in their dolls, that they forget about everything. So that is how you have to approach your education, your subjects, the choices that you have made in life, keen involvement, and then the things will start happening for you. So if you want to have education, get it in the way that it should bring refinement, it should change your behavior, it should change your approach towards things, it should bring attitude of love, it should bring refinement, and you must become cultured, useful citizens of the society. Then you will be a truly educated person, and you will attain the true meanings of education. Hope you have got the idea. If you have any queries or questions, so you can ask in the comments. And if you like this, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.